I'm going to explain the story of Suicide Is It Wrong? Our group member is H, Shin, Pern, and Natalie. First off, I'll start off with the synopsis first, and later all the detailed parts will actually explained by members. As you can see on the as of this story starts off with the protagonist with the name called Megan. Megan is actually had a very wonderful life when she was young, but then life was not that easy, and then her parents faces a lot of problems, obstacles, and then ended up her parents choose the final choice, which is the committing suicide, and left Megan to defend herself. And then Megan was actually placed under an orphanage where all the orphans and people there laugh and jeer at her because of her background story. And then after that, Megan was not that easy to give up, so she continued with her life, but still life was hard. She faced a lot of problems, like don't have any friends, bad academics results, and then breaking up with her boyfriend, and then ended up she cannot handle all her stress and decided to commit suicide. But then her ex-boyfriend tries to stop her, and then she cannot accept what her boyfriend told her, because she already had a mindset that committing suicide is the final decision to make, since she learned from her parents, and ended up she committed suicide, and her boyfriend reflects on what her final decision is, and that's the end of the story. And I will continue with the next with the concepts, with the first concept of stereotype, and I'll pass to I'll pass to Natalie to explain the stereotype.
Thank you, Yunjin. So basically, that's our story. Now I continue with the concept used in our comic. The first concept that will be implemented is stereotype. Stereotype means assuming that all members of a particular group share the same common feature. It is a standardized concept or image which can be positive or negative that people use to define a group of people. For example, like all Asians are good at math, or all Africans are poor. So for our story, stereotypes occur when other people around Megan put labels on her, because in other people's mind they thought that an orphan is someone who lack of education. So people take Megan as an unwanted kid and a weird kid, so they stay away from her. This is stereotype. Next, I'll pass to H for the second concept.
Good morning. I'll be talking about the second concept, natural hierarchy of needs, the third stage, love and belonging. For the definition is the needs for friends, affectionate relationship, and a sense of community. And in the story, as you can see, along the years, Megan keeps searching for a reason to believe, and she couldn't find a place that she belongs to. And for example, like when she was young, she lost her parents, and she being loved by her friends and neighbors. After that, she tried to make some friends with the classmates. Then they ignore her, and then in high school, she failed her exam, get bad results. After that, her boyfriend left her, break up with her, and then when she was older, the boss fired her because she can't do work well. That's why she needs all this love, and I'll pass it to Bern for the next concept.
Okay, so the next concept we use in our comic would be the confirmation bias. We see this concept being implemented during the last scenes of our comic, which is basically the girl standing on the edge, and where the ex-boyfriend comes and stops the thing. Now, what the confirmation bias simply means is that a person selectively chooses to either accept or reject the other person's opinions, whether they agree or contradict with their own beliefs. We see this here as the girl has the belief that suicide is the only option, and when a friend tries to convince her otherwise, she rejects it completely and does the other thing. Alright, now with that, I'd like to pass it on to Yingzhen.
Okay, I'm going to explain observational learning. As you can see, she committed observational learning according to Albert Bandura means that when a person carries out a different set of behaviors or a new action, other people or the people surrounding it will actually repeat the same action. And how is implemented in this comic is that Megan once knew that her parents committed suicide because all of the stress, obstacle faced by them, and she also decided to choose the final choice, just like her parents, and ended up also committing suicide due to all of the stress. And I'll pass to Shannon for the last concept.
The last concept that we incorporate into our comic strip is correspondent inference theory. Correspondent inference theory looks for the non-common effect, where the consequences of a given behavior could not have been achieved by any other available choices. It indicates the true intention of the whole course of action. Back to the story, Harry makes attributes for Megan's action of committing suicide. He thinks that Megan is forced to commit suicide as she was the victim as well. She saw her parents die at young age and grew up lacking of love. But she left without leaving anything behind, burdening anybody, not like her parents, causing her to suffer from stereotyping and growing up lacking of love. So this concludes our presentation. Thank you.